Hey there, Heather Boyd Wire here.
Today I'm making colorful artistic wire Easter egg earrings inspired by my live stream where I made Easter jewelry. We are going to need the artistic wire in 18 gauge and a variety of colors in a smaller gauge. We need some round forms, our flush cutters, our flat nose pliers, round nose pliers, and bail making pliers. So we're going to start by taking two pieces of the 18 gauge wire, and to make sure the eggs are the same size, we are working them at the same time. So we hold them together, make the first bend, and then we're going to wind it around a round form to create the egg shape. This is a great hack to make earrings the same size. So we're just going to go around to make sure we have the initial shape of the egg. Just curve it around, and then we have to separate them to do the details. So I like to help the bend with my small round nose pliers to hook it around the vertical wire at the top. And then we are going to give it a little clip to remove the extra wire and pinch in that end with our tweezer nose pliers. So now we are going to form the loop at the top using the beadle-on bail making pliers. And once we've made the loop, we hold it with the flat pliers and turn the end around so they connect at the back, and then we just give it a little clip. Be sure to push in your little pokey ends so they're not scratchy. Do any little adjustments that you need to make it perfect, and then we're going to do the inside. So here I'm using 24 gauge artistic wire. This is the fuchsia color, winding it around a 16 gauge wire to make a coil, and then we are going to attach it to the egg. So just hold it in place and bend the end around a few times. Around 3 times is good. You can twist it around as many times as you like. And we are just going to clip that end after we adjust it a little bit. You want to bring in the coil a little bit so it's not too loose. And then we're going to clip it with the flush cutters. So then we have to position it in place, and we're going to twist the other end around. I cut my wires a little long so I have something to grab onto. If your wires are shorter, just pull the end with your pliers. So now we're going to clip it flush. So there's our coil, and now we are going to do a zigzag. So using 24 gauge green artistic wire and the end of our Xuron tweezer nose pliers, we are going to just bend the wire back and forth to make a zigzag. So make it as long as you need for the size of the egg, and then helping the wire with our round nose pliers, we're going to make little bends on either side. Then we position it in the egg and twist our ends around. So just hold it firmly between your thumb and your finger, and we are going to bend that end of the wire around. Grab it with the tweezer nose pliers. If you can't, grab it with your fingers, and we're just going to pull it around the egg. And then we're going to clip that end flush and do the other side. So just holding it very firmly and bring the wire around. About 3 times is good. The coil also helps to keep the 2 rows separated. So make it as big as you need. Clip that end, and there we have 2 rows. So now we're going to do a kind of flower cap at the top of the egg just to make it look a little fancy. And we're kind of making a teardrop shape, and we want to do about 4 little teardrops. And to get them the same size, you can just kind of stack them on top of each other, and we'll separate them after. So we're going to go ahead using our tweezer nose pliers and these round nose pliers. We are going to make 4 little teardrops. And then what we have to do is split them apart An alternate method is just to do them one by one and do one to the front, one to the back. You can experiment with how you want to decorate your egg. And so once we have that in a nice little cap formation, we're just going to bend one end around to hold it in place. I'm just anchoring it on that vertical wire, and then we're going to clip that. And then to attach the other side, you can also twist it around or just bend it over the edge and clip it flush. Pinch it in with the tweezer nose pliers. Do any little adjustments you need with the round nose pliers to spread it a little more. And there we have the top of the egg. So now I'm taking another 24 gauge artistic wire and I'm doing a fancy loopy formation. So I'm taking my round nose pliers, making a loop, and then going down, making another loop. And for this one, I bring the wire to the front and then the wire to the back to keep it even so it sits nice and flat. So we'll do another one, bring it to the front, and then the next one we'll bring to the back. Imagine drawing a kind of loopy formation on a piece of paper. It's like we are drawing with the wire. And so once you have it long enough, we are going to place it in position on the egg. Hold it very firmly with your thumb and your finger, and then feed the wire around to coil it on the side of the egg. So just feed it through, grab it with the pliers. It's much easier to grab it with the tweezer nose pliers. These Xuron tweezer nose pliers are great. I use them for a lot of fine details. I will link up all my tools in the description below the video. So we're going to make sure we have enough coils, and then we'll clip it with our Xuron micro shear flush cutters. So adjust it as you need. And then we're going to have to do the other side. So bring that end around. Again, I cut my wires a little long, but I like it to be too long than too short. So round and around. And then we're going to clip it with the flush cutters and do any little adjustments that we need to get it to sit in place. So now we're going to do another coil. This is actually the 22 gauge red artistic wire. You can use 22 or 24 for this project. We're going to twist it around and make a tighter coil. I'm winding it around a 16 gauge wire, and now we're going to just curve it out a little bit and position it in place. Then we're going to twist the ends around. This time my ends are a little shorter, so I'll definitely need those flat pliers to pull that end through. And we can twist it around probably about 3 times is good. And then we're going to do the same on the other side to secure it in place. And just feed it through and make your coil. I'm coiling it above the line, so however you like the look of it, you can coil it above or below. And you can even make these with beads if you want. I decided to make this one with just wire. So there's our coiled row. And then now we are going to finish off at the bottom with a row of loops. So this is a 24 gauge blue artistic wire. They have such beautiful colors. I'll link up all the wire in the description below. You could get it in the Beadalon shop on their website or on Amazon. So just bring the loops around. Make a little row of loops, curve them around. Just follow the form of the egg. We're going to hold it in place and attach it at the bottom. So you really have to hold it firmly And then take your end and pull it through. And you could coil it around about 2 or 3 times. 3 is nice. Try to keep it a little bit consistent. You might have to just adjust it a bit. You might have to squeeze your coil together a little bit. We'll just feed it through, bring it around, and clip it flush. Now go to the other side and bring it around and coil it around the same number of times. This works really well with the 18 gauge wire as the base. You could also get away with doing a 20 gauge wire for the base of the egg. Depending on how big you make these, you might want to make them larger for decorations. These are for earrings. And now we're going to clip the end flush. You can do any little adjustments you need with your round nose pliers. Make sure it's even. And then add your earring hooks. And I will link up in the description the live stream where I made all the other Easter designs.
So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.